everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Another beautiful morning so far.
It was hot, though.
Yeah, right now, 73 degrees. Yesterday, it was 89. But the hot is winding down. Today, it will be hot with storms possible. Really? Even a thunderstorm, showers, and a tenth of an inch of rain. Today's high, 83.
Let's take a look outside at our hometown heating, cooling, and more Skycam. See how it looks outside today. Well, I guess we aren't going to take a look and see. It's so hot that the camera's not working.
Tina's still on her way up.
Tina is on her way up. You know what I did last night? I drove to Hastings, Michigan.
I heard about that, yeah.
My first drive to Hastings, Michigan. Now I know why everyone complains about it. There's really, you're not sure if you're going the right way. There's not many convenience stores, but yeah, it was fun. So I watched a volleyball game.
Oh, how'd it go?
It was great.
Was it your first one ever?
First one that I've watched my child play. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great. Wonderful.
I did see a video that you sent,
and
it appeared that you were actually standing on the baseline.
No, I was not. I actually was good. I just sat there because I don't really know what to say. I was seated in the second row behind Lonnie Shore and Jade Clark. They had the front row.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
And how does it, you play two games or what?
I don't want to get into all of it now. I haven't, I don't know all the terminology, so I won't get into it. Let's go outside now, shall we? Our,
Hazy.
Ew, it looks hot. That's what it looks like in East Lansing all the time. I've always noticed that. It's just a little cloudier than it is here. Have you noticed that? Ever since I was a kid.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I think maybe because Michigan State University's there. Maybe
Marijuana.
that's why.
I didn't know it was a Michigan show.
I just
It's apparently a Michigan
I
show.
wanted to make sure that you were.
Trash Michigan State.
I wanted to make sure he was awake because I thought I saw him kind of slip off over
Yeah,
there.
I'm awake.
So
You did a good job.
thank you.
I've been watching the U.S. Open. Have you been watching
Watched
any
a
of
few
that?
minutes of it last
Yeah.
night, but realized that if I committed to this match, I would be up till 2 in the morning. So, who won?
It didn't quite go till 2 in the morning. We had Shelton finally won. It was amazing. He's going to be playing.
This was the two Americans playing each other, correct?
Yeah. And it was like 120 degrees, and between every switch they went and changed clothes.
I feel like I'm gonna need to change clothes in the commercial break. Is it hot in here?
It's so hot. It's hot in most of the country right now. We're having a heat wave, and in New York and Washington D.C. it's really hot. So that's what you're seeing the media stories about that. In Nebraska, someone baked cornbread on the street. Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. John Visart went out with some Jiffy Mix and his Griswold cast iron Abel Skyver skillet. And it took 6 hours, but he made some delicious cornbread muffins.
Well, those look good.
Wow.
Those look tasty.
That's amazing how hot I used tinfoil and the sun.
Very good.
Yeah.
So tomorrow the Lions open the season against the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football, and I'm very excited about it. Very excited. The Chiefs are a 6.5-point favorite, but anything can happen. Now, Brandon, let me ask you, we're not going to get too upset if the Lions lose this first game, right? I mean, they're playing a great team, but if they win,
Look out.
Super
Look
Bowl.
out.
Super Bowl bound. And heard Travis Kelce might not play in the game either.
I have doubts. I think he's going to play.
You think he's going to play?
I think he's gonna play.
Kelsey,
Yeah, Travis Kelce, the tight end.
you don't
for the
think
Chiefs.
he's going to play?
Well, there was a report saying he might have suffered an injury, and the fantasy league upstairs has been chirping about it.
He's been busy being a media personality.
He is very trendy. He's a sneakerhead. You know, most of these guys are not really sneakerheads. They just got rich and bought every pair of shoes they ever wanted, like in the last year or two. He's one of those guys. But yeah, he's you always see him out on the red carpet, don't you?
It's going to be a Hollywood star
Yeah,
someday.
he is.
We've got Tropical Storm Lee.
I was going to bring that up.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
It's possibly going to become our third hurricane of the season. And it's not just hurricane season. You know what else? You know what else it is?
Tropical storm.
Well, yeah, but it's yellow jacket season. And you know, this time of year you can't eat outside
I do know that.
because of the yellow jackets. And according to Howard Russell, entomologist at Michigan State University, they are meaner this year for some reason. September is their peak. They may look like bees, but they're vicious and they attack, and they are not pollinators. They are
They're
attackers.
killer bees.
They're killer bees, yeah. And their venom is very potent. You don't want to get stung by them. And they become nasty in late August and September as they develop a sweet tooth for sugary foods like candy, pop, and ice cream. So that's why they swarm picnics. They love the sweet foods as much as the humans. True story.
Wonderful.
And so be aware, it's yellow jacket season. They're not the bees. The bees aren't going to attack you. It's the yellow jackets.
You
They
know what
will
my least favorite thing to do in life is?
No,
Picnic.
really?
Yeah. No, I don't want to do it. Let's have a picnic. No, I don't want to have a picnic. Thank you very much. Have you been following the UAW contract negotiations?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're getting down to less than 10 days to the deadline of the current contract. Say a strike, even a 10-day strike could cost Michigan over $5 billion in economic activity. So very, very concerning. Very concerning. What do you think is going to happen?
I think they're going to strike.
I think so too. They seem to be far apart on negotiations. The UAW wants obviously increased pay, 32-hour work week, and I believe restored pension, if that's correct. You might know more than I do.
Well, the automakers are making billions, and the workers want a share of that.
Yes, they do.
And they've seen what's happened with UPS and some other contract negotiations and settlements already this year. But there are others that are still out on strike, like Hollywood. The entertainment industry is on the path towards self-destruction, and so is the cable industry.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Brandon, real quick trivia. How many UAW workers in the state of Michigan?
No clue. I'm going to say 50,000.
143,000.
Wow.
Yeah, not a bad guess though. Yeah, so a lot of folks, a lot of people, a lot of families, right?
Yeah, and
Over,
a lot of
over 1 million people, 10% of the state's population affected.
and a lot of suppliers will also be negatively affected by a strike. Many of those right here in Jackson, as our manufacturing community does supply a lot of parts to the big three. I know you are not a fan of flying. You would not have been a fan of flying on this Delta flight.
I'm not even a fan of hearing about this one.
Delta flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around because a passenger had diarrhea all the way through the plane.
Interesting.
Yes, it was called extreme diarrhea. Now, I've heard of explosive diarrhea.
I've heard of
never heard
explosive.
of extreme diarrhea.
There's a chance I have this once on a plane. But why didn't the guy just lock himself in the bathroom? And
I don't know.
I almost didn't get on a plane once because I thought this could happen. Just, gave myself a little panic attack in my head. Now that I know that this really can't happen, I mean, is there any footage from inside the plane?
No, but there is the recordings. The pilot said to air traffic control, Delta A350, this is a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who's had diarrhea all the way through the airplane. That's what he said. A passenger has had diarrhea all the way through the airplane.
I'm sure they'll get some vouchers.
What was he running up and down the aisle? I mean, how do you have...
I don't know. I mean, could have been in first class, and when it took off, all the diarrhea went to the back. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to maybe see if we can talk to the pilot. Crimson, speaking of aviation, this Saturday, you can stop by the Jackson County Airport for military aviation displays. No one better have any biohazard diarrhea in the Rosie's Revenge. That would be terrible. But check it out. Military aviation display this Saturday, 10 to 3, presented by JTV, Bailey Family Foundation, M&K, Trips, the Hearst Foundation, Advance, Turning Yankee Air Museum, Club B, which, again, I want to invite you to that if you're ever in the greater St. Louis area. Jimmy's Towing as well. So check that out this Saturday at the Jackson County Airport.
Sounds like fun. We're going to have beautiful weekend weather,
Oh,
too.
it's going to be great.
The police blotter this morning, officers were dispatched to Wisner in Washington. Nice residential
I
area.
really like that
Yes.
area, yes.
A vehicle stopped at the stop sign for an extended period of time. Guy just stopped.
Well, was it the four-way stop?
Probably was. Wisner in Washington?
Wisner in Washington is a four-way.
Four-way.
And I've stopped at that.
Yes.
a
Well,
long time.
he stayed at the stop sign. The gentleman at the wheel, a 36-year-old male, was arrested for OWI, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of cocaine.
Oh my God, the trifecta.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, blood alcohol level, 0.278. It's pretty high.
When was this?
Wisner in Washington.
When?
Over the weekend.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just a weekday thing. Okay. Oh wow, it's a tough one. Brandon, you may help me out with this. I drove by the Pickle Barrel, and it looks like they have had some work done. Like the city had to come in and like dig out half of their parking lot. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God. Yes.
So-
So I'm thinking like, when is this going to open? And I drive by the other day, and half of the parking lot is not half, but 1/10 of it's gone.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, they're getting ready to redo the blacktop again, which probably needs to be redone again. But I thought, what is going on? I want a sandwich so bad. I drive by it every day on my way home.
It's been not open for so long. They've had to redo their parking lot twice.
It's been not open longer than it was. No, I don't know, but I felt so bad when I drove by that. I'm like, oh no, what has
They've
happened?
I know the owners. They've had a lot of issues. With all kinds of equipment. It's very expensive to open a restaurant and to run a restaurant. It's a lot of work. It's very hard, and we wish them the best.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I cannot
Yes.
wait till they get open.
we do hope they open.
There's a fall open house at Crimson Oak Wood Co. on Saturday. You can check out all their fall decor and fall furniture. Their open house is on Saturday from 10 to 3 at Crimson Oak, 1901 Horton Road.
You know Sue Kelly?
Do I? I do know Sue Kelly.
Sue Kelly, I think everyone in town knows Sue Kelly, and when you see her picture, you'll say, oh yeah, I know her. I've seen her everywhere. She is everywhere, but you know what she did yesterday?
I don't know, wait. Let's wait
Oh.
until her picture comes up. She did what?
Hole in
A
one.
hole in one. Okay. She had it. Guess where she had it? At her
At-
brother's.
Her brother's golf course.
Yeah, Hankard Hills, hole 25. That's on the executive course. It's a par 3, 74 yards. Sue took a 9-iron.
One of the foursome is still quite dazed.
I mean, they went after it afterwards. Sue bought a round for everyone on property. A 9-iron, 74 yards, hole in one. Congratulations.
That's great.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. The foursome, do they look dazed?
No, they look happy. They look very happy.
They look like maybe they've already.
You know what happens? The other three are upset that they weren't the ones
Right.
that got the hole in one.
But they get the free drinks.
You get the free drinks. Sue's buying. So, and if Sue didn't buy, chase her down. She needs to buy. So, congratulations.
Well, Inch might have bought because he's Sue's.
Sue
brother.
might have just helped herself to whatever she wanted.
You know where I've seen Sue? She
Here?
takes the money at the Polish Falcons fish fry.
She does.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does.
yeah.
She doesn't take it. She collects.
Collects
it.
the money.
Collects it.
Well, maybe she.
We had a busy night in sports. Let's get to it. Our Extreme Dodge scoreboard brought to you by our friends over at Extreme. And Noah has been telling me that this scoreboard is pretty good today. Volleyball, Grass Lake, they beat Tecumseh and Stockbridge. Jackson Christian fell to Pittsford. Notice that the 7th grade volleyball score wasn't in the scoreboard today, guys. We'll have to talk about that. Boys cross country, Columbia Central finished 2nd. Boys soccer, Jackson, they beat Adrian 5-2. Gabriel Richard beat Northwest 4-1. Girls golf, Jackson High, they finished 2nd in their match. Boys tennis, Columbia and Tecumseh tied at 4. Northwest beat Harper Creek 7-1. And in college athletics, Indiana Wesleyan swept SAU 7-0 in both the men's and women's. Here's what's coming up on deck for today. We have a lot going on. A lot of volleyball.
Wow.
A lot going on.
Are you
today.
going to volleyball again today?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to volleyball, just practice today. Next game is Tuesday. So a lot of volleyball games. Springport Invitational is today at 4 o'clock. Cross country, boys soccer, Columbia Central is our only local team that's home. Girls golf, Cascades is at Hanover today, and Concord playing in Hudson. College sports, Jackson College at Muskegon in soccer, and Spring Arbor at Rochester. Same thing on the women's side, volleyball. Spring Arbor travels down to Marion, and that's all coming up on deck for
Nice.
Extreme Dodge.
Last night at the Ellis Sharp Museum, the Healthcare Angel Awards were presented, and you can see a gallery from last night's event by JTV's Sarah Scaife at jtv.tv. Congratulations to the Healthcare Angels class of 2023. So, also at the Ella, the last patio party of the year.
Yeah, September 28th.
And they have, it's just one a month. I heard you say they were like every other week. It's just one a month. They change every year. And this year it's one a month. And it's a theme. Every month it's a different decade. And in September it is the 1980s.
Okay.
And I went to the 60s one last month, and I thought it was the 70s. So I was dressed like in the future.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd do a good 80s one. That'd be fun.
So
yeah, they sell out quick, so buy your tickets to that for
Yeah.
September 28th.
They've all sold out. Who's on the show today?
We've got a wonderful show lined up. We're going to get things started with Mary Beth Leonard and Joshua Williams from Lifeways right after this break.
The Pick Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best. If you're looking for high-quality sheds, then check out Homestead Barns. With nearly 100 options, there's a shed for you. And if not, we can make a custom one to order. We have no credit checks and rent-to-own options, so we're ready to work with you. Visit us today.
Now is Extreme's Ram Make the Switch event. Did you know you can custom order a new Ram for less than buying one, and you'll have it in 10 to 12 weeks? Also, have you seen the new Jeep lineup? Lease prices are great this month. Finally, the Extreme buying team would like to purchase your vehicle. Extreme pays top market value. It's easy, safe, and you get paid on the spot. Visit Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson or online at extremedodge.com.
Oh yeah! If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
The classics are king at Marshall Motors in Jackson. It's a blast from the past with over 100 hot rods, muscle cars, and classic rides waiting for you at 4500 Ann Arbor Road. We buy, sell, or trade used and project vehicles. Payments and layaway plans are also available. Check out our inventory online at marshallmotorsclassics.com. Cruise on in and walk our lot. Check out our old-fashioned gas station and picture yourself in a classic car or truck of your dreams. Marshall Motors, a blast from the past.
Today's show is brought to you by Summit Heights Dental Care and Dr. Nick Legal. Thanks for helping us bring today's show to you. Also, the MDOC is hiring. They have immediate openings right here in our area. Open interviews today, September 6th, 9 to 5 at the Jackson Training Complex at 4000 Cooper. Immediate openings and paid training available. You can apply today. Visit michigan.gov/MDOC jobs.
Joining us now from Lifeways, CEO Mary Beth Leonard and Director of Quality Management, Josh Williams. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back, and congratulations, because we learned just last week that Lifeways was chosen to become a certified community behavioral health clinic demonstration site. And I understand that's something that's been in the works for almost a decade.
Yeah, yes.
What does it mean to be a demonstration site?
Well, the easiest thing for people to remember, because it can be like, what's a CCBHC? What does all that mean? It really is about being able to serve all in the community, regardless of where you come from. You can be from a different county in Michigan. We will serve all coming in the door.
And Josh, this has to do with the quality of mental health care that you provide. That's got to feel pretty good, that being rewarded and honored for that tough work you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really about improving quality, but access too.
Okay.
Right. So Mary Beth talked about being able to serve everyone, no longer having to turn people away from your door, right, because of a certain type of insurance or a certain type of service that they're looking for. One-stop shop, no wrong door. Everyone that's seeking that access, they can get the access to the services they need.
Yeah, that's got to be the worst thing. Someone finally makes a decision that they are going to seek some help, and they show up and it's the wrong insurance, or they can't afford what might be the path for their treatment. This eliminates that.
Yeah, it really does. It creates a no wrong door approach. So really, anyone seeking therapy, case management, psychiatric services, it doesn't really matter. Regardless of your payer, we have no insurance, you can't pay. We're going to serve you.
And you want to hear from people. You want people to call. What's that process like? People, I'm sure there's a lot of people that they consider reaching out for help, probably maybe even years before they do that. What's the process like at Lifeways?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. I mean, they always have the crisis line. They can have access to the phone line at any time. People can call in and get started. They can do a brief screen and kind of start to learn what their needs might be or what type of services. They can walk in at any point. They've actually moved to same-day access now as part of being a CCBHC, where people are really getting started on the same day. And we've also been diverse in our experiences too, and created what we call an engagement team. Really, we've established this model and this way of doing things where you need to come to us. The engagement team flips that and says, we're going to come to you. So the engagement team is out in the community, meeting people where they are, going to their homes, going to their businesses. Wherever people show up, they can get started in services there too.
Mary Beth, treatment has changed in this field over the years, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Yeah, being at Lifeways for quite a while, it definitely has changed relative to how you deliver services so that people can get access.
So you've been under the microscope for the last few years as MDHHS was making the determination to give you this certification. What kinds of things were they looking at in order to make this designation?
Well,
Go ahead.
Okay, well, there's strategically, we've been working kind of like what you said earlier for a decade. Strategically, the board has looked at when Senator Stabenow passed this legislation and allowed for the development of CCBHCs across the nation. Our board said, what do we need to do to get ready for that? And a lot of that is the crisis work that we've been doing and the renovations to our building and the bringing primary care with the FQHC on site. Doing all of that has really have been their requirements in order for us to be able to be a demonstration site.
Wow.
And I think over the last 2 years, we were lucky enough to partner with SAMHSA to obtain a CCBHC IA and expansion grant that really gave us the resources and the dollars to set us up for success. So we spent the last 2 years really focusing on those MDHS requirements. So when time came to be able to apply, we were really in a good place to say we've been working on these things for the last 2 or 3 years.
And you must have a great team in place as well.
Great team, great team.
So one of the, I think, key points of this is the funding aspect. You're eligible for more funding, and it's a more concrete method of funding. You don't have to keep reapplying every so often.
Yeah, it's a federal level of funding that truly covers the cost to provide the service. So that's critical moving forward.
I think concrete and diverse, right? So being able to have the dollars to serve this population or this population, it kind of eliminates that to where it's like, here's this population, here's some more dollars to serve everyone, mild to moderate, those folks that can't have access.
Right.
Some people may have health insurance, but they don't have mental health benefits on that health insurance, and they can't have access to mental health services.
Give us an idea how this does really change. I mean, you've seen people over the course of your career who maybe haven't qualified. Was it pretty common?
Yeah, so I'll give you a really good example we use all the time. Somebody that's Blue Cross Blue Shield, right? It's a fantastic health plan, doesn't cover things like case management services, right? So somebody that may be just making, just above the poverty, they have access to Blue Cross Blue Shield, but they're losing their home, they can't pay their utilities, they're struggling to get the food that they need. A case manager would be fantastic. Their health plan won't pay for that, right? They're doing too well,
right?
to be able to get a service like that.
Wow.
This really creates access to folks like that kind of fall through the gaps.
Are there specific segments of the community or populations that you're going to be targeting now to get information to them that they're now eligible for services?
Yeah, I think we want to kind of communicate to everyone. Like Mary Beth was saying, it's really about serving all. But I think with a CCBHC, the focus has really been on serving those diverse populations as well, really focusing on LGBTQ plus communities, expanding Latino communities, really expanding the opportunity for those services for those underserved populations that normally won't get access, really diversifying and opening up to everyone.
The pandemic create more of a need?
I think it's created more of an understanding and a kind of a connection,
if you will.
an acceptance and a recognition.
Yeah.
Like, holy smokes, we're so limited in our abilities, and something like that can change access needs so quickly. It's really put an emphasis, I think, on the need for mental health.
And people can have you can wake up and have mental health issues that you didn't have the day before, right? This is not a one size fits all.
And I think with CCBHC too, it really looks at like integrated health. So really, if we think about somebody that's going to the doctor because they broke their leg, there's no stigma tied to that, right? But now looking at mental health services the exact same way. I woke up and I'm not feeling well, I'm feeling depressed or I'm anxious. I should be able to go get the same type of level of treatment, the same level of access, and not feel bad about it.
So when Senator Stabenow was last in Jackson at Henry Ford for the milk bank ribbon cutting, she mentioned Lifeways in particular and pointed out that our community has better quality and better level of health care, mental health, and physical health than a lot of other communities, even larger than Jackson. What is, so how is it that we in Jackson have Lifeways at community mental health that's better than in other communities?
Well, I would say it starts with the board. It starts with the 12 members of Lifeway's board that's representative of Jackson and Hillsdale, and their support and vision of being an innovative organization historically over its 50 years to really look at how do we advance the organization. And you just had one of our board members, Ed Woods, on, and he is somebody who also has been on our board for so many years and is involved in at a national level to really say what's happening out there and how can we continue to evolve this organization so that we can truly meet the needs of our communities and be on the forefront of that innovation. I mean,
Excellent work being
Well,
done.
Yeah. And we also have emergency services
Yes.
that are fairly new at Lifeways as well. And that's, I think, around the clock, isn't it?
Yep, so we have crisis services 24/7 that are available to folks, really trying to expand the availability of the building as well so folks have more access during that time. We also partner with law enforcement for our co-response, so not only are people, be able to kind of connect with law enforcement, but law enforcement has access to our clinicians to be able to call them out and co-response together. So people may be experiencing a crisis, but it may be a mental health crisis.
Sure.
So instead of having them end up in jail in the emergency department, they can end up with our crisis team, they can end up in our building. We have an on-site crisis residential. We have a 23-hour living room, which is just an opportunity for people to kind of come and relax and hang out during their crisis and then seek the access to services that they're looking for.
yeah.
We should also mention while you're here that this month we're also observing suicide prevention awareness. And we've got a couple of events coming up this month.
Sunday is the Stomp at the Commonwealth Center. So that's a great opportunity for the community or for individuals that want to remember those that they might have lost to suicide. So
Well, thanks for all the news and
Always.
congratulations on this certification.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mary Beth Leonard and Josh Williams from Lifeways. More of the morning show after this.
At Michigan Center Schools, we guide every student in the direction of their dreams. We believe that when our students feel loved and respected, there's no limit to what they can accomplish. We offer fantastic facilities, academic excellence, one-to-one technology, and multi-tiered social-emotional supports. We believe we get the most out of our students when we prioritize relationships above all else. Michigan Center Schools, where your kids are our family.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence, the confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
The secret is out. Jackson is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. We are people with community pride, school spirit, and deep roots. The secret is out. Jackson has great parks, home to some of the best golf in the country, and boasts more lakes than you can count. With unique, locally owned shops and restaurants, we have a little something for everyone. Hey Jackson, the secret is out. The Heather Herndon team with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, serving the Jackson community since 2005.
At Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More, we know how important family is. That's why we've been a family-owned and operated business since 2009. As an authorized Daikin dealer, we're dedicated to providing the best heating and cooling services for your family's comfort. So, don't sweat the heat or shiver in the cold. Let our family keep yours cozy all year long.
Hop on your two-wheeler and come on down to check out Gear Up, the Science of Bikes. This exhibition offers a diverse collection of historic, peculiar, and all-around amazing bikes, as well as science demonstrations and exhibits that explore energy, forces in motion, engineering, and material science. There are lots of bicycles to see, interactives to explore, and things to do with Gear Up.
Today's show is brought to you by Professional Tree Care. Give them a call. I'm sure you have some branches down from those storms. Also, they do preventative maintenance, so if you do have trees and limbs come down, they will protect your house. So give them a call today, 517-499-2820. Starting tomorrow, the Jackson Festival for the Arts is going on. It's a 5-day celebration of the arts in Jackson. For a complete lineup, visit jacksonartsfest.com.
There'll be events downtown, Jackson School of the Arts, Art 634, Horace Blackman Park. A complete lineup is on their website starting tomorrow. Joining us now from the Jackson Pickleball Association, Karen Worthy and Nyan Clavon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry to take you off the court.
Yes, you did do that.
We did. So pickleball, it's not just taking Jackson by storm, it's been taking the world by storm. And Jackson has, as far as I can tell, some of the best pickleball players in now facility in the state.
It's a very nice facility.
Yeah. You've been playing a long time.
I've been playing about 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're one of the originals.
Yep.
So talk a little bit how the Pickleball Association came to be and kind of how we got to where we are today with the new courts.
Okay, great. Back in 2017-18, we just had casual play at the YMCA.
Yeah.
And from that, a group of interested people, Kathy Lincoln and Al Hooper, were part of that group. We got to thinking we would like some really nice pickleball courts in Jackson. In order to do that, we had to actually formally form an organization, file the paperwork, so we could apply for grants and go to the government officials and ask for money. So that's when it became the Jackson Area Pickleball Association. We have a set of bylaws that we live by, election of officers, annual meetings, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And our group just started snowballing and grew so fast. And that original group met with a lot of the county officials. Then we added more people. We went out into the community, did our fundraising, and here we are.
Yeah.
It took a while, but we got here, and it's so worth it.
What's the noise the ball makes? What do you call that?
Boink.
Yeah.
Yeah, boink.
There you go.
And how long have you been playing? Talk a little bit about your involvement with the
I've been
association.
playing about 4 years. I actually started playing in Arizona where we overwinter. But then when I came back, I tried to look up where I could play, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So then I had that big time frame off, and then when I got back, I joined into the club, and I've been playing with them ever since. It's a really great organization. It really is.
What is it about the sport that just seems to just suck people in and take their life over?
A lot. I think a lot of things. I think it's very social. I don't have to bring a partner. I just go put my paddle in. I play with somebody different all the time.
Yeah.
I think anybody can play. You can be, 10 or, we have people in their 80s playing.
Yeah.
So I think that the sport is just, it's just something that anyone can do, and you can get exercise and just have a good time. I mean, we meet outside of the court now sometimes because we're all just good friends. So
Have you played, Andy?
At my brother's house, not officially.
Well, you need to get over there to them new courts.
I know. Let's take a look at some of the.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
It really is.
So, is there like a fist fight when day breaks over there to get in, or what's the deal?
We have a very organized system.
Oh, I bet.
We do. You'll see some paddle racks on the outside of the entryway fence there. If you want to get on a particular court, you put your paddle in the holder, and then.
I got next type deal.
Yep. Yep. And there are different levels of play as well. So if you're a beginner,
Martha ended up smoking Al as soon as
Martha's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really a great time. So an interesting fact is just 3 years ago, the average age of a pickleball player was 55 years old. So people thought about that as the older people's sport. Just recently now, the latest statistic, the average age is 38.
That's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I was up there Saturday, and there were a bunch of millennials playing for the very first time.
millennials. Those darn millennials.
No, the tennis clubs, in the East Coast, they're turning into pickleball clubs. It really is, and I think it is, like you said, it's easier to learn than tennis, right? Like picking
Yeah,
up tennis at
yeah.
like age 41
I mean,
or
the
something.
hardest part for most people is the scoring and the way that people move around, but we always suggest to maybe get a YouTube video and look at it before you come. But you don't have to do that. Anybody at the court will help them. Everybody is super helpful. So just show up.
Karen, who puts the nastiest English on the ball?
Ooh,
There's
Ken.
there's a lot of
There's
people.
a few
Yeah,
of
probably
them that just
10.
turn that
Yeah.
paddle and just
He's pretty good at it.
yeah, just slice it like in tennis when you
Yeah.
when you form a.
I think one very important, result of having the Jackson Area Pickleball Association is your members' financial contribution to these pickleball courts.
Right. Well, yeah.
It's
You want
been
to speak
huge.
to that?
Yeah, it's been huge. Not only the businesses in town
Yeah.
that stepped up to this and
Yeah.
made this happen, but our members.
Mhm.
We were just so happy and so excited all the money that they threw into this, and it's been great.
Now you've written a book.
Yes,
This
I
is so cool. So tell us a little bit about Bend Your Knees, Louise.
2 years ago,
That's a
friend
great book.
and I, prior to COVID, discovered there was really no children's pickleball books out
Yeah.
there how to teach the sport. So we decided to collaborate and write this book. It's written in Michigan. We got a Michigan printer. We got a Michigan illustrator. It's all made in Michigan. This book walks you through, especially children, because of the colorful photos, actually how to play pickleball.
Cool.
Get the kids off
I
the
should
couch
probably
and
take
get
a
them
look at
out
this.
there and play pickleball.
It's
learn
fun.
pickleball.
Everyone looks like they're having fun when they're
Yeah,
playing
it is fun.
and it's fun. So you do singles or doubles,
Yes.
just like tennis.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Well, I mean, I've only played doubles personally.
That's how I would be. I don't.
But yeah.
It's.
Have you seen the like the national championships on? It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
How good some
Yeah,
of these.
yeah.
At our house
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's free, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
communities, yes, most
Right.
communities, it is
Yes.
free to just go anywhere. We've traveled, you just
Yeah.
find out where the
Right.
courts are and you show
Here's
up.
a fun fact. Children spend an average of 4 to 6 hours daily on screen time.
There you go. And they could be on the pickleball court.
At least for a half
I mean,
hour.
we've
out of
got
that.
8 beautiful brand new courts, so I
Okay.
hope that they get utilized a lot.
Okay.
And they will. I know they will.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
And people are still using the older ones too.
absolutely, yeah.
Do you
Wherever
think
you
we'll-
can find a place.
Could we host a? Do you think we'll host a high-level tournament? Are we set up for something like that?
We're having a
potentially?
members tournament in October.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
To start out and kind of get the feel
Nice.
of if we've got enough room
Yeah.
and space. And
Very
then
good.
we're talking about getting other outside high-level players in to
Awesome.
Jackson. That was one of the things we worked with Experience Jackson with, is hey, let's bring people into Jackson for
Yeah,
this sport.
For sure.
Is there a snack break involved?
Take one whenever you want.
Oh, that's
but, you
Really?
know, I don't know that. I mean, they made a beautiful shaded area, and there's tables
it's
there.
a picnic table.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah. So
It's fun to watch too.
yes, it
You know?
is.
Fun to
really
listen
is.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boink boink.
Boink, boink, boink.
And this is this has a KW on it.
Yes.
Is that your autograph or just to identify that it's yours?
Identify it's
All
mine.
right.
We now bring our own balls to the
Very
court
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
and share. So when you go home at night, you'd like to have yours come home with you.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you ladies get back out to the court.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
For
Thanks
being
for
with us.
having
Thank
us.
you.
From the Jackson Pickleball Association, Diane Claybon and, Karen Worthy. More of the morning show right after this.
Cherry Creek Cellars, nestled in the heart of the Irish Hills in Brooklyn, is the perfect place to enjoy handcrafted Michigan wines, hard ciders, and craft beers in a picturesque vineyard setting. Grab a bite to eat in our cafe with a variety of delicious menu items to choose from. Indoor and outdoor seating is available, including space in our old schoolhouse, perfect for a fabulous dining experience. No matter the season, we've got something fun in store for you, including hosting your next big event with us. Flexible, customizable options available for any occasion. And be sure to check out our Facebook page for upcoming events year-round. Cherry Creek Cellars, we believe in wine that tastes incredible. Good weather is here, and the Grand River Farmers Market is open in downtown Jackson. Shop fresh Michigan-sourced food and quality products directly from local farmers and artisans every Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fresh fruits, vegetables, sweets, crafts, and so much more. Accepting cash, credit cards, EBT, and Double Up food bucks. Conveniently located at the corner of Mechanic and Pearl Street along the Grand River.
It's 5 a.m. and I feel like I can do anything.
We've got apples and cabbage, 7,000 dahlias, vegetables, and
brisket for dinner.
We've been coming here since 1868.
there's a lot of cushy desk jobs out there, but
This is my happy place.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours?
Visit Napoleon Lawn and Leisure today or find them online at napoleonlawn.com. Napoleon Lawn and Leisure, your local John Deere dealer for over 30 years.
Compassion works here. Unfriendly does not. If you're made of the right stuff, consider a career at the Michigan Department of Corrections. We offer great pay and benefits, paid training, and we have immediate openings for corrections officers, healthcare professionals, food service workers, and more. To find openings in your area, go to michigan.gov/MDOC-jobs. We're MDOC, good jobs for good people.
Family owned and operated, make professional tree care your choice when it comes to your property. Our certified arborists will examine your landscape and handle all your trimming and maintenance needs. From tree removal to tree trimming and stump grinding to lot clearing, PTC gets the job done. Professional Tree Care is proud to serve members of the Jackson community using cutting edge equipment, and your satisfaction is our guarantee. Visit us online at ptcjackson.com or call 517-499-2820.
Our show today is brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings. Now, in their third generation of being family owned and operated, thank you to Vermeulen's. On September 11th, the Spirit of America Blood Drive will be right here in Jackson at the American One Event Center. Monday, September 11th from 8:30 to 6:30. You can learn more by scanning the QR code or visiting Spirit of America Blood Drive online.
From orthopedic rehab specialist, community outreach coordinator, Melissa Burgett.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's been a while.
I know. Look at all look at all the stuff you brought.
I know. So our race is coming up, and we cannot wait. I wait all year for this. All of the races are fantastic. Obviously, all of them are my favorite. But the one that we host is a little bit closer to heart, obviously, for the reason that it was something that we actually own and get to present this opportunity. And so, yes, what you can see right there are the prizes for our Oktoberfest race.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Which angle? There we go. 4-inch. That's a 4-inch medal for our 5K.
Wow.
Yeah. Feel how heavy that is, Andy. And then we have our superhero run medal that is a keychain. This has been an all-time favorite. Go ahead and put that on, Bart.
Sure.
You won the kids race.
Could I put this on?
Yeah, go ahead, but your head might hit the table.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy. Yeah, so we did we used Stephanie Sharp for all of our prizes this year outside of the medals, and these are just absolutely fantastic. Check this out. That's a magnet bottle opener.
A magnet bottle opener.
So for registering for our race, for the 10K, 5K run or walk, you get a t-shirt, you get the medal, and you get the bottle opener. And then in front of you are nicely displayed our overall and our age group first through third prizes. What? So as all, for the past 5 years, we've partnered with Grand River Brewery for this event. So as it has been, you will get your farm to table breakfast after the conclusion of the race. And then Grand River Brewery is hosting their beer mile again this year. So that will be shortly after our race.
We were wondering about that.
Yep. Yep. So the registration link is within our own registration, and then they have their own link up on Run Sign Up.
Okay.
So there's two different ways that you can find out about the beer mile. And then our kids run, which is always a fan favorite. We've got the children will get to chase villains along the way and come across the finish line and get some great, yummy, warm pretzels and some more goodies. And then their their keychain. So this is just such a fun event, and as you guys know, the Chili Classic and the Fall Festival are also happening that day.
Should be a
so,
big day.
Yeah, you got to start off with our race and finish with the Chili Classic. We are also offering wristbands as part of our registration, so you get to come and stay for the entire day.
Nice.
Yeah. Hopefully. Go ahead.
Who's the villain?
Oh, so we've got a couple, I feel. So M&K Jetting, who's our main sponsor for the race, is going to be providing at least one.
Really?
I believe at least one, if not more. We have not officially assigned all of them, and then we will have some ORS peeps jumping in there.
Nice.
Maybe Mark will be one of them.
I don't know. I think he'd play a great villain.
I think he would.
I think he would.
I think Kyle, maybe?
Kyle. Okay.
Maybe? I think he made, that's the M&K villain from last year.
That's pretty
but
scary.
it's so much fun.
That
The
is
kids have
scary.
such a great time, and I think that young man didn't really understand what this race was. The amount of children that really just went full blast at him was pretty scary.
I think that's Caleb from M&K.
Oh, okay. Well, it's hard to tell with just the eyeballs, but you would know better than I. And yep, so we've already got 10 children signed up.
I like the kid in the Adidas sweatshirt.
Well, you have Olivia Macknick over there on the far
Very
left.
nice.
Or my right.
Is that Vince?
Vince?
Now,
What?
I don't know.
The,
Go ahead.
The villain has a black cape.
Maverick.
typically. Yeah.
So Maverick actually, two of our, Maverick, who's been our villain for many, many, many years, has chosen to get married on our Oktoberfest date. So he unfortunately has better plans for the day, but we probably are going to be crashing his wedding at the end of the day because it's actually in downtown Jackson.
Oh boy.
But anyway, so we've got lots of fun coming. There's a lot of excitement going on.
Run through it.
Yeah,
With
well,
the chili.
yes. So good segue that way is our race will be running through the preparations of the Chili Classic. So McKibben is going to be purchasing bells for all of their contestants. So as our racers run down Michigan Ave, they are going to be cheered on by bells of the participants as well as all the fantastic smells of the chili being cooked. It should be early on, so hopefully we don't have any adverse reactions to the smell of chili that early in the morning.
Hopefully the guy on that Delta Airlines flight didn't sign up. Oh my goodness.
But it means just a ton of momentum. All of our races this year, as you guys have known, we've been here for a while coming in and talking about these, but the participation just continues to grow and increase, and the excitement behind all of the races is really starting to pick up, which is great. We've got many, many families that are from grandparents to grandbabies that are participating in all of the events, as well as so many people on their own wellness journeys that we are just so happy to support.
Every race, we've had awesome weather all year long.
Don't jinx us, Bart.
And incredible turnout.
Yeah.
This has got to be a record year.
It has. It really has. And I don't know if it's fair that we don't really have that benchmark, right? 2020 was a hard year with COVID and having to cancel some of these races along the way, and then just from starting to get people more comfortable with coming out and really identifying what those wellness journeys are, what those family journeys are. I think there's just a lot of people really excited about community events that include everyone in their families. So we're just really excited to be a part of it.
And your family, it's really a great demonstration of what these events are. They very much are a family event, particularly for the Brigettes.
Yes, particularly for the Brigettes. But as ORS, so we talked about this at the Healthcare Angels last night. I got to get up and talk about our community engagement
congratulations.
pieces.
You've got a Healthcare Angel.
We do, Jacob Shields. We're very proud and very, very excited for him. He's a great individual, a true representative of ORS. What we talked about is movement matters, and movement matters for everyone, all persons, young to old, fitness levels and all that stuff. And to be able to provide these opportunities for them just really hits home.
He does a great job.
He really does a great job.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
There is Jacob.
I should have brought his framed picture to bring up here today too, but his parents were there. Unfortunately, his fiance had to work, but we had quite a few ORS members there to support him along the way. So it was great. It was a great event.
Do you need volunteers?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks, Andy. Yes, we are looking for volunteers. This is a great opportunity to showcase your local business, or if you're part of a community group that you'd like to showcase who you are. We have water stations where you can place your banners on those water stations. You can wear your clothing to provide opportunity to show who you are. And then we're also still looking for sponsors. And you can find out that information. You can email me at Melissa, MELISSA, at orsmi.com. And then more information about our race itself at orsraceseries.com.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Melissa Burgett from ORS and the ORS Race Series. More of the morning show right after this quick break.
You almost said.
Are you struggling with your mental health? We can help at Michigan Psychological Care. We are here to help strengthen your relationships, your interpersonal connections, and help you find yourself. Contact us today to live the life you've always dreamed.
Northwest Community Schools provides a positive culture that inspires students to achieve greatness.
We believe in kindness.
Truly caring about the success of others starts with you.
We believe in creating positive relationships.
Listen and be present. Be prepared to be amazed.
We believe in being intentional.
Have a clearly defined vision and mission and be mindful.
We believe in positivity.
Give specific praise and celebrate all things.
We believe in growth.
Academic, behavioral, social, and emotional growth is a mindset for both students and staff.
We are Northwest.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy. We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
You can see it in our smile. Service that is second to none. The kind of personal treatment you would expect from your own family. Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy has been taking care of the Jackson community for nearly 60 years. Whether it's your prescriptions, medical supplies, hearing aids, or over-the-counter products, you're treated like one of our own. Because at Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy, your health and well-being, it's a family thing. Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
Hi, I'm Phil Tripp.
And I'm Barb Tripp from Tripp's Collision Centers in Jackson, Lansing, and East Lansing.
Body shops are telling people it could be 4, even 5 weeks before they even get a chance to look at your car. With 3 locations, if we can get your parts needed at Tripp's, no wait, no hassle. We'll get you back on the road fast and safely.
At Tripp's Collision, the right repair is no accident.
Couple things. All the other schools outside of our county start this week, so prepare yourself for another batch of social media photos first day of school.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yep.
Also, high school football this weekend on JTV. We're going to be live over at Mountie Stadium. Northwest Mounties live on JTV, 7 o'clock. Tune in. Our other game will be Michigan Center and Columbia Central, and that should be a Donnybrook, as they say.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That's why they play the games.
That's why they play the game.
Would you rather be chronically overdressed or chronically underdressed? Over. Would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef?
Maid.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for 10 years?
I'll be damned. We're going to have to talk this out on the second floor after the show. Coma for 10.
Okay.
Coma for 10. Have you seen the conditions of the jails?
Yeah, I know.
Especially if I was in Texas or something where they don't have air conditioning.
That's a tough one.
What would you pick?
I would pass.
Coma. Pass away.
Coma. Because it'll be over before you know. You're out.
No, haven't you heard? You can hear what's going on when you're in a coma.
Where you can't hear.
Oh, well, I don't know. You get to pick your coma. So Jeez, I didn't know you could pick your coma.
Who's on the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I have the papers, thank you. We will have Jess Houston and Greg Stevenson, Jackson Young professionals. Also, Bryce Davenport from Grand River Brewery with Aaron Riddle from Blackstone Steel. That's all tomorrow morning.
Later today, Jeff Beal, Amber Collins, Stephanie Waffle Stevenson, Dave Wallahan, Doria Laporte, and Joe DeBoe. All starting at 1. We'll see you then.